Hey guys, this is Tyler from Stockscores. I'm going to give you a little overview of the Stockscores Active Live service, and in doing so, show you a little bit about how I day trade the stock market. So the Stockscores Active Live is all about seeing and hearing real-time trade alerts for the entire US stock market. You watch my screen as it runs through my day trading algorithms in real time. In addition, I do a daily discussion of the previous day's trades that were found with that algorithm, talk about some swing trading ideas, and how to better optimize my strategies for maximum performance. Now, this service is open to any Stockscores Active Trader member. I'll talk a little bit more at the end of the video about how you can be one. The schedule is as follows. From 9:30 until 3:30, we run the worm strategy buy alerts. We do the short side alerts from 10:15 till 3:30 simply because I find the reliability and profitability better if you wait until after 10:15. At 9:50, I begin to run the intraday pullback strategy by building the watch list, and then my computer algorithms monitor for that strategy from 10:14 until the end of the day. At 3:30, we do a discussion of my action breaks, swing and position trading strategy, in addition to the review of the previous day's trades, as well as discuss that strategy optimization. All right, well, what is the worm strategy? It looks for the Stockscores action candle breaks on a 2-minute chart pattern. This is quite a time-sensitive strategy because we are using a fairly short 2-minute time frame. It's very efficient, fast, and a completely automated process. My computers are doing all the work. That way, even for myself, I can focus on making my trades and let the computer tell me what stocks are triggering the strategy alerts. You're really watching in real time what I am using to enter those worm strategy day trades, both long and short. Now, here is an example of a worm strategy trade that I did recently. The stock is AMTX, and what I want you to focus in on are the little pink dots that occur on the first few candles of the day. It is those pink dots that are my action candle indicator, and they tell me when money is flowing rapidly into a stock. And it's a very good clue that a stock is going to have a strong day. Now, this is why we only watch for the buy signals for the first 12 minutes of the day, because that's when most of these things get started. Now let's talk performance. I've been compiling the performance for the last 6 or 7 weeks. The results I'm going to show you are based on actual trade alerts triggered during the active trading webinar between that 9:30 and 9:42 a.m. Eastern Time, the first 12 minutes of the trading day. Over that 6 or 7 week period, we had 528 trade alerts, so there's lots of opportunity there. And from those 528 trades, we had 279 reward for risk earned. Now, what does that mean, reward for risk? Well, for every trade, I'm always looking at how much do I make relative to the risk I took. If I risk $1,000 and I make $1,000, I've earned a reward for risk of $1,000. Now, it's important to understand that the risk of the trade is not how much capital I'm putting into the trade. It's the difference between where I'm entering and where I'm going to get out of the trade if it doesn't work, my stop loss point. So when we talk about reward for risk is if I lose, how much do I lose? And if I win, how much do I win? Well, in the course of this test period, I had a 279 reward for risk earned in total. So if I'm risking $1,000 per trade, that's a total profit of $279,000. If I'm risking $100 a trade, which of course takes less capital, well then my risk reward earned was $27,900. Now that's before slippage and commission, which tends to be about a 10% drawdown on that overall profitability. Here is the equity curve for that strategy over that period. The blue histogram at the bottom of the chart shows the daily profits in thousands because this is based on $1,000 of risk per trade. And then the orange line, which is going up from left to right, is the total cumulative profit over that time frame. And you can see that it's going up from left to right fairly consistently And what's interesting is that this was done in a time when the market was correcting. If you look at the performance of the market in February of 2018, which is when I conducted this data collection, it was a pretty frothy month. There was some big down days in the market. One particular day was down over 1,000 points on the Dow, and yet we still had some pretty consistent results. One of the benefits of this strategy is it will go long some of those inverse ETFs that go up when the market goes down. All right, so my schedule for the intraday pullback strategy is I build that watch list. The intraday pullbacks is a different strategy. It is looking for what's called a Stockscores message candle, breaking a pullback on the chart of a very active and abnormally trading stock. Now I complete the process to build the watch list, post it on the webinar screen that I will show you in a moment. The watch list is then monitored throughout the day for entry signals by my algorithms. Again, I'm too slow. The computer can do this much more quickly, much more effectively. We don't miss any alerts. For many, many years, I did this manually. I did okay with it. But now that it is a completely algorithmic and automated approach, it's just way, way better. It's way easier for us as traders, and it's more profitable because we don't miss the trades. We are getting strategy alerts announced in real time. All right, so this is the webinar screen that you would see if you are subscribed to this service. I'll just give you a few highlights of what you're looking at here. So this middle screen right here is the worm long screen, and it's showing you the symbol, the time of the entry alert, the amount of capital required. So here we have the time is 11:10, down here 9:32. So for example, AMTX, which was the example I showed earlier, which I'm circling right there, had the entry alert at 9:34 a.m. It is currently up a reward for risk of 27, and you can see it changing in real time as it happens. The position size for $100 of risk was $2,083. Now every 2 minutes it refreshes this list so it can grab the latest alerts that are happening in real time. And it alternates. Every 2 minutes it'll do the long alerts, and then on the right hand side here we have the short sell alerts, and every 2 minutes, but on the odd minute, it is going to update that list again in real time, and it shows you, for example, TAP, which is one of the breweries I believe, gave an alert at 10:10 a.m. and it is currently up 5.15 RR. Capital required, more intensive, often is the case for short sells. For $100 of risk, that required $29,889 of capital. That's before leverage, and of course when you are day trading, you can leverage 3 to 1. Now the final screen that I want to show you is over here on the right. This is our intraday pullback screen. It is showing the watch list. The list on the top are candidates for buys. The list along the bottom are the candidates for shorts. And then over here is the actual profitability of all of the alerts that have triggered. Now when an alert triggers, it rings a bell and it'll actually announce strategy alert, and it will then post the intraday pullback trade alert over here on this left screen. So you've got everything here on this dashboard that you need to be able to identify the entry signals, the amount of capital required, the exit signals are handled in a different way. I teach you how to do that in the course material of the Active Live course, but it's all done very automated, very algorithmically. We take out the human bias because let's face it, we humans are emotional. We make a lot of mistakes. So at 10:14, that intraday pullback strategy monitoring begins. It's an algorithmic trading engine. The computer does not miss trades. I just let it do the work, and we just listen for the alerts and then evaluate the trade to see if it is suitable for our risk profile. At 3:30, I review the action breaks strategy, which is a swing and position trading strategy. I run the processes myself on my TradeStation and then drop that list into the screen that you can see. I go through the stocks that I think are worth considering, and I'll rate them. 6, I consider to be a bit of a long shot. 7 is a good setup, and an 8 is a great setup. At 3:40, we review the previous day's trades. I go over the entry and performance for the worm and intraday pullback strategies, allowing you to compare what you did with what were the eligible candidates, what the computer identified, and the performance of that overall list. And really the question then is, did you beat or underperform the computer? I also discussed a little bit of optimization, typically just once a week, where we take a look at the data and we optimize the components of the strategy to maximize that long-term performance. Now, if you would like more information on the Stockscores Active Live service, I encourage you to go to the Stockscores website, go to Stockscores Analysis, which is one of the menu items, pull it down, select Stockscores Active Live Trading, or simply go to the link that you see here on screen, and there you will see some more information about that subscription. Now, the Active Trader course is what gives you eligibility for the Active Trading Live subscription. It is my lessons on how to day, swing, and position trade the market. I will teach you my Stockscores investing strategies, my Stockscores active trader strategies. As I said, it gives you access to my market scans on Stockscores, email support from me, gives you 6 months access to the Stockscores tools, which is primarily the market scan tool, and that is renewable after your free 6 months for $300 a year. It also gives you some of my proprietary indicators for TradeStation, and most importantly, it qualifies you for the Active Live service so that you can subscribe to it at a cost of $195 a month. The number of opportunities that we identify each day more than makes this particular product worth it. And I encourage you to check out some of the videos on this area of the Stockscores website, the trader training area. It'll teach you a little bit more about what the Stockscores Active Trader program is, what the investor program is, and some of the options that you have there. If you have any questions, please email me. There's my personal email address, tylerb@stockscores.com. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the Stockscores YouTube channel. All the information is there. And most importantly, trade well.